Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you today, and it's a good one. The Lovers is there right in the middle of the read, and in a positive way. So you might want to stay tuned. It is April 14th, 2019. The 14 is all about the Temperance card, which is all about patience and balance, and it comes up every time for the angels. The day adds up to, and that's a 5 by the way, the 14, of expansion, freedom. It's all about that conflict and competition as well, but it is also, don't forget, it's about expansion and freedom and change, and not resisting the change. The day adds up to 30, which is the 4. It's a 3, but it's the 4 of Wands. So the 30 is the 3 supported by Source, which is the 3, which is the 0. So it's Source energy contained in the human body. With the 30 in the Numerology Divine Triangle book is the 4 of Wands, which is union, and that is definitely in the read today as well. We have the 4 of Wands in the near future position, and the Lovers in the center, as well as some other very nice messages coming in as well. So we have the 4 of Wands and the Temperance card, so it's all about moderation at home and in union and in marriage situations, but it also could be celebrating a marriage as well today. And it is Sunday. There could be some get-togethers, family get-togethers, that kind of thing, in a very balanced way, like things have worked out and settled. So there's a coming together energy here actually. And then we have the Divine Masculine read was done at 9:14, and those are very positive numbers. We have the 9 of the Hermit, the collective consciousness, the wise one, and then the 14 of that Temperance card, the angels. So it is the 14th, and the read was done at 14. The major arcana for this read were the Lovers, the Great Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, Strength, and Luna, which is the Moon, and this is the Sirian Starseed deck. I do talk a lot in general terms about the cards in the traditional way, so if it's for example, Ace of Swords or Ace of Orbs in the Sirian deck, I might still say Ace of Swords so that you understand which card I'm referencing. I do have the cards to show you today, and it's not just the Sirian Starseed deck, that is the main deck for the read, but I also use 4 other decks, plus Romance Angels and the Numerology deck. There's only 2 decks I use reversals on. Everything else I use all upright cards for the major energy of the read, and I'm going to get right into it. There are 3 swords, 2 cups, 1 wand. The court cards were the King of Swords and the Page of Swords, which definitely represents a father-child relationship here, and that came up in the past life deck oracle cards as well this week, about a father-child relationship, that connection. It also could have to do with the masculine and his father. So the numbers, no numerology coding came up on the code line today, but it didn't need it because the message was very clear. The numbers, the significant number was 88, which is Lionsgate, which has been coming up a lot, with the 18 of the full moon here. Full moon through Lionsgate is a big time for unions. The underlying energy started out here. I'm just going to show you the underlying energy, and then I'll tell you about the coding there. Okay, it starts out with the King of Swords, with the 3 of Pentacles, or the 3 of Crystals in this deck, behind it. Okay, and I always see this as the masculine's place of work, because that's usually a positive thing for the masculine. Right, but this is him and his King of Swords energy, his very logical self, the logical man. The coding and the numbers were 3, 4, 5, and 8, 3, 5, 8, 4. But also the number 20 of Judgment, Final Judgment, was definitely coming up in the read as well. 88 for Lionsgate, 3, 4, 5, as well as 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's big about the 3 and going in both directions, forward and back. And remember that energy always ends up going back and then forward again, and it was just 4, 4, 4. The number 34 also, which is the 8 of Wands energy, which is the energy on the full moon on the 18th, which is also will be representative of the day of the crucifixion, with Easter following 3 days later on the 21st, which is also representative of completion. 45 comes up here as the 5 of Cups, as well as us staying away from that energy, right? Because that goes into grief, and we're learning to stay at 0 point so we don't have to experience great grief. We can always stay balanced at 0 point in the present moment. So important. And then 58 comes up with the 4 of Swords, 89 as well, which is an 8. So 8s and 9s are big here, as well as the 3, 2, 1. So the coding that came up here, the Great Wheel is definitely in the code line today, and the number 8, and the 3, and 3, 8 actually is the Queen of Cups. So 3 support, change, freedom, expansion, commitment, that eating is good, but also the Euro-India gateway came up, which could just represent a bridge as well, to the 8, the 0 point, and also 8 sideways represents for me both the masculine and feminine together doing the dance, both integrated. To the nth degree, destiny for, it could be destiny for sweet, saint, street, all that kind of thing. Like 4th Street could represent also Union Street of the 4 of Wands that comes up in the read today. I was also getting 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, which were the numbers that came up. The 3 Musketeers, all for one and one for all. 8, 8, destiny, Union Street. And then I was getting that choo choo. I was getting toot toot, woo woo, but it was coming up yesterday in the cards because choo choo is my son's nickname, so it was interesting that came up, but it wasn't being really specific. But here it's telling me it's the train coming into the station. Destiny, Union Street. And that's funny because I'm sure you've all passed Union Street a million times. And there's definitely some in my neighborhood, everywhere I go. But anyway, to the nth degree also, Re, which represents the shaman, all right, the Indian tribe. To the nth degree, support your inner shaman. May, and I was getting specifically 5 to 8, May through August 8. Destiny, Union Street, 8, 8, toot toot, woo woo, train coming into the station, choo choo, okay? It can't be more clear than that. It's exactly what this message was telling you. All right, we're bringing an end to all this. But remember the 3, 4, 5 is coming up here, so just err on the side of 3, 4, not going to the 4, 5, because the 4, 5 then goes into the grief, the 5 of Cups card. It's saying don't let it get to the crucifixion point. Don't let it get so bad that it can't be fixed. Always bring yourself back to 0 point in the present moment to stay balanced. So as we get into the read, and I showed you the underlying cards, the King of Swords with 6 steps showing of daily love, right? That's love, is coming back to 0 point every day so that you never let things get out of hand. Being truthful always, but then reining yourself in so that the next day you can start fresh again without ever letting resentments build up. So the King of Swords, the logical man, in a sudden event, could be orgasm as well, or an epiphany, causes a purge to be over. So he may learn this. And by the way, sexual energy was coming up for me around 10:30 last night. So if you want to comment about your experiences, please do below. So something that's coming up for the King of Swords is showing him how to end the purge or the grief. Maybe up at night and or rising above, inspired by lack or illness of an Empress reverse, or to be the good child at work, church, school, or a creative place. Now there's a lot of stuff coming up here in the underlying energy, so stay aware of, there's a lot of different situations. They're not all going to apply to you. If it resonates with you, certainly follow that. But if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. Don't try to make it fit. I'm trying to see something. The coloring in the video is so weird. Sometimes it makes my hair look like it has dark patches in it, and it doesn't. Or really light patches. It's strange. Okay, so the good child at work, church, school, or creative place. The dutiful son, or there's a nasty woman's lawyer. Woman who miscarried or up all night delivering a child. or the King of Swords suddenly crying or in extreme pain over what a childish Empress reversed did at work or place of work, or a place that the King of Swords and the Empress normally come together. He may be shocked. She could be an evil child, so it could be like a grown evil child, or just sick or ill and acting like a child since they're requiring care. So it could just be a parent who's having issues of age-related issues, whether it's Alzheimer's or something like that. Scrooge is holding on to gold coins. His energy crown as Hermit and Queen of Cups feel the closeness of their bond even through separation, or even though separate. New passionate growth in a bold move of the Empress or to the Empress, taken to a senior living facility or moving or traveling, a passion with the dogs, so someone might be going on the road with their dogs, or the tail end of a trip, and oh, what a long, strange trip it's been. Okay, and it was just 11:01. The warrior comes back, or comes to take the show on the road. So the masculine may, it was just 11:11, so the masculine may actually come in, remember your chariot awaits, to get this show on the road. DNA for the hills are alive with the sound of music. Warrior has converted a war chariot into a dream boat. So that was pretty cool reference. So the underlying signs that came up here were Taurus reversed, Scorpio upright and reversed, Virgo probably upright, Cancer reversed, Libra upright, Aries upright, Pisces upright. That was it for the underlying energies. So there may be a masculine that's coming in literally on a chariot that he converted into a dream boat. You know, like your Cinderella carriage. Or it could literally be just referencing the war path into his twin. Or he could literally have a boat. So however it works for you. Also, Cancer and Virgo take Taurus on a trip. Or two children travel with their mother coming up. The sun may be a little bit tight with his money. So that could be the logical man, okay? Or King of Swords, Scorpio, Taurus energy, separates from group as others move or travel with a mother or boss trying to be prudent with their savings. So it's definitely around, in this respect, maybe a parent who now needs help, like can't be in independent living anymore, or going into a senior living independent situation. And the kids are helping out. So the Emperor is out watching as Libra, Scorpio, maybe Pisces, just dying to complete their cycle or their world, or going to get their sealed divine feminine girl with father's support. So I'm literally getting someone's father telling the masculine now, after all that this has happened, you know, go get your girl. It was really cool. But not mother and the others. It's like the mother was against it, or maybe she's having mental issues now, so she doesn't really know what's going on. But others were not supporting him, or maybe they're just occupied taking care of the mother. Or there's a court decision or divorce that took forever, now complete for Emperor and or a judge or a Libra. No more getting stepped on by scorpionic women and children. The bull and the lion are now sealed out of his world too, whereas I was always getting that the feminines were all sealed, and the masculine was kind of jealous of that because he realized that the divine feminines were sealed from all the chaos. Well, now I'm getting that the bull and lion are now sealed out of his world as well. It's now their mess to clean up. The masculine got you deserve love, and underneath that was worth waiting for. And there's definitely an arrow, the Sag arrow being pointed at right at the Emperor. So the Emperor could represent the masculine and a father, okay? They could both be in the read, and they could both represent as the Emperor, depending on your situation. Also could be an Emperor and an Empress in court with lawyer, settlement and or divorce, final after third party over indulgences or gossip of Empress over with. Her lawyer found, or her lawyer may have found a facility to help her. So if there was a battle in court over something the Empress did, maybe it was because she was losing her mind because of her age, and her lawyer helped her find a rehab facility to help her with that. So it could be addictions as well. And it's 1444, which is the angels, and then the mastering, the Four of Cups, grounding and integrating. Or two parents and a son in court about a work issue. or parents with lawyer and or kids in their settlement with some kind of court issue, no matter what it is, and or divorce. Or a father looking in from the other side who has passed as his son takes his place in whatever he did. But son may not be wanting to take his place, but he's doing it to make the mother happy. Or Empress is going to jail as justice and lawyer come to take her away. As her partner, Emperor hides behind the justice system, kind of scared of her. I'm scared of her because she has major issues. So it may be of her fault or not her fault, depending if she's old and she's losing her mind. Or someone passed their bar or medical exam. Parents are proud, but father has to learn that he deserves love too. So those parents who are just really sacrificing everything they had for their children, maybe for someone to pass their bar or medical exam, is now realizing it's time to focus on me, that I deserve love too. I deserve to have my dreams. The King of Swords, or there may be a father pushing that onto their son to say, you know, you can't do everything for your kids. You now have to live your own life. King of Swords may need to stop overindulging his mother or wife, one or the other with major over-control issues or lack of control issues. Codependency, Emperor, who needs to control everything, and then the, you know, codependency between them, where the Empress then drinks and gossips because she's bored and she does these things just to pass the time. The Divine Masculine with romantic flame tie is out, and also out in the open is a dream that he's been striving toward. His walking away, a nightmare really, to be Emperor in control while allowing trophy wife all the glory, all the light. Walking away to be free himself from being forced to being intimate with someone he possibly doesn't love anymore, or who is always being abused by, and deal with her black cat, who he may not like, getting in the way. And I was definitely getting that someone, you know, if you have animals in the house and maybe you're being intimate with each other and the animals are always coming in, so one may be really pissed because they don't think it's okay for animals to be around, especially in the bed when they're being intimate, and then the other partner saying, oh, stop, it's my baby, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that kind of issue is coming up. Also, I was also getting someone who has very dark energy, who is maybe doing sex videos with the black cat in the videos, and the masculine not liking it but kind of being forced to doing it, or that someone did, and this will come up in the read also, that maybe one of the karmics forced the masculine to make sex movies with her, or kind of manipulated him into it, and then held those over his head as collateral, because she wanted fame and she could care less if they got out there, okay? Or the Emperor is in a nightmare, suffering in silence, walking on the edge with a snake at his feet, just waiting for their moment to be able to trip him up, just waiting for that opportunity to trip him up and make him fail. Or letting his trophy wife or partner take all the light and credit, while he keeps his twin and him in a sexual dungeon together, realizing he could have freed himself a long time ago, but didn't due to control and ego. And as we turn the page, it was 10-19, 19 being the sun. And then 10, of course, is a turn for the better. The first page was 47, which is the Seven of Cups, which is the synchronicities and the heaven in their eyes. So seeing what they could have, their dreams that could come true, that they can. Dreams can come true, they can happen to you if you're young at heart. So that's coming up again. But also the masculine always being told that he can't have those dreams, and now realizing that yes, he can. Okay, so follow your dreams is definitely the card that came up here for the underlying energy, which was number 85, which is another 4. And underneath that was the abundance card, 88. So then here we have 85, the May to August timeline, and then 88 right underneath it, okay? May to August 8th. Sitting in uncomfortable emotions out in the open while juggling to distract people from seeing his ship coming in. Trying to hold on to higher vibrations by breaking patterns of running away and silent treatment, or taking others down before they get him, using his words as a weapon of sorts to make sure children or his inner child is abundant with vitamin C, or maybe some have an orange grove, maybe they have some orange trees in the yard. After partying too much, they use this, you know, to recover from drinking too much, or just drinking and throwing up, or or other overindulgences, whatever they are, fighting for his right to be immature, but now gossip is out of hand, and he may have children to think about. So all this stuff could be the masculine, or it could be his partner or children also. It could be kids going out partying and throwing up, that kind of stuff. They may be out of control. So the masculine, the partner, or his child may have fallen off the wagon again, and it doesn't have to be alcohol, it could be whatever their addiction is, or in a chess match with dark energies and strategizing how to win. So competition could be an addiction for the masculine as well. Or to get out of the group. So there may be a chess match with dark energies and strategizing how to win, or how to get out of the group now that they don't agree with, some dark energies, or overindulgent friends or family that he no longer wants to associate himself with. They've been causing him to trip up, or he's been manipulating a third party out of fear, but now it's out of hand, seeing the error in his ways, seeing that the need to control is all fear. And now that the war is over, everyone is confused about where to go from here. It was just 21-4, the 3 to 4 actually I was getting, and 21 is that completion, the world, going out in the world, and just 21-11, 12. So 3-4 is about the Empress and the Emperor. We're definitely in the read with this King of Swords. And then we have going out into the world. It's just 21-21. 21-11 to 12 is the Justice to the Wisdom. And then the Judgment to the Completion. So it's 20-21. And even the 21 to 22 from the end into the Fool, taking that leap for a new life with an open heart. So where do we go from here once the war is over with the confusion? Putting children above our own happiness. And now that they're having issues or behaving like entitled brats and or partying too much, they may have had some issues with the law. Okay, so some of your kids may have had run-ins with the law because they were getting out of control because people weren't putting limits on them. Mother and child may be in court together. King of Swords, mother or child with overindulgences, deals with parents or older couple in the justice system. So whether it's your parents or parents-in-law, that's 222, as I said that, or it could be another older couple who's not related to you, but were maybe boss, or you were in some kind of contract with them. The Emperor comes up as follow your dreams, away from Empress. So 22-22 would have been 2 fools taking a leap with open hearts, okay, to having faith. Away from the Empress for the masculine, that you deserve love. Recently, for the masculine, is walking away. And that was 22-52, which is the Fool and the Queen of Swords. Walking away, stuck in emotions, without peace with his partner. Walking away from 28+1, and 28 could definitely represent the twins, or it could just represent the false twin. 28+1, the third party was really his partner. Or 2 to 3, and 23 is the King of Wands. I was getting 2 to 3, 8, which is just saying, because I was getting 23 or 2.5 or 2 to 3 constantly this week. It was just 23-23. All right, so it's the King of Wands. 8, finding balance at 0 point, staying present. Or, so he's walking away from 28+1 or 2 to 3, like going back and forth between 2 and 3 people too as well. And now learning to stay at 0 point, or twins with a half cup in the way. The Divine Masculine now healing and forgiving himself. The foundation is the injustice, okay, of being overwhelmed or dumped. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, ungrounded, crying, deceived, possibly by a Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, Pisces involved. Or the Queen of Pentacles reversed, lost money because she was scammed or due to her own greed and or deception, dealing with the justice system, or a Libra. So someone might have lost something due to their own fault, or it could just be someone who was deceived and it wasn't their fault, and now they're ungrounded because they were dumped or they're overwhelmed, having lost money or just lost love, but also because they were deceived. Okay, so the signs, all signs came up in the body of the read. Gemini upright, Libra upright, Leo reversed, Sag reversed, Cancer upright and reversed. So it could be two people or one with both energies. So someone vacillating or going hot and cold, you know. Capricorn upright, Pisces upright and reversed, Aquarius upright and reversed, Scorpio upright and reversed, and I was getting Scorpio definitely hot and cold energies. Taurus was upright, Aries upright, Virgo upright. So as I turn the page, it's 1046, and it's 2515. 25 is the Knight of Wands, and 15 is that Devil shadow energy. So of course when there's heavy passion, there's going to be shadow there. We have 46 though, which is of the children in the garden. Centrally is the Lovers in a split with Capricorn shadow, awakened to destiny. Okay, this is the central energy, is the Lovers. And this was definitely coming through in a positive way. So there is a split, but it's also coming up in a positive sense, okay? Centrally is the Lovers in a split with Capricorn shadow, awakened to destiny of co-creation, the masculine. Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Capricorn involved here, ending a family cycle with truth breaking through the crown of true love, work, partnership, surprise. Libra awakens to sovereign, grounding and integrating and mastering the Emperor or control, pain, and fear issues. Also, the Emperor is grounding and integrating his sovereign, and it could be an older child as well. It could be a child part, you know, karmic as well. But the sovereign is awaking with truth, or he is grounding and integrating the divine feminine, and is awakening with truth out about illusion of the happy family, that the worst is over with sovereign making a plan, and the magician manifesting abandonment for others who are not in their truth that he wants to clear from his life. Destiny, or clearing out of those who are no longer for his highest good. He wants there's a noble love surprise, requiring rebalancing of attention that the divine feminine deserves after him seeing the sorrow that she went through. After depression, receives a love offer from him, not knowing what to say, as the King of Wands looks down to help him to walk away or go within, or offer help to the Queen of Wands, even though she may not deserve it. All right, so this is the challenge for the masculine. Is destiny, the great wheel of fortune. So the Lovers and the destiny together. That's the main energy for the read. Okay, so the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands and the King of Swords are both very prevalent here. They could both be the masculine. They could be one or the other, but he can be one or the other, because the King of Swords could definitely be a lawyer or somebody else in his life. And the King of Wands can definitely be a brother or father or friend as well. Okay, so however it fits in your situation, those are the most prevalent. The King of Wands comes up here too. King of Pentacles more in a very minor sense, but the King of Wands comes up here too, but I always get that more as the unconditional love card, or it can represent, when it's reversed, the Emperor-Father issue. And that could definitely be with the father-son of the masculine thing, if they're still with us. All right, so the King of Wands could also be the masculine's higher self, or a dad who's passed and looking down from above, or the King of Wands taking what someone else wrote, or deep feelings, and offering it to help the Queen of Wands find peace with transformation, showing her from the divine feminine's information that he has, that he had actually chosen her, the Dark X, and not the other woman. So after she had been accusing him of cheating, that's the kind of situation that comes up. Him finally being able to show her, because if he comes out with the secret about the divine feminine, that he'd now be able to show him proof from what she's written to him or something like that, that he never cheated with her, when etherically he did, but in the 3D reality that he never actually cheated physically. So now the Tiger with eye on the prize, Libra, Sag, Lover, Gemini, Sag, Leo in court or divorce, or Gemini in Libra with eye on the prize, being strong, waiting it out regarding a dysfunctional family or family member, or loss of family money or legacy, or someone got played or got scammed or held back, passions causing the debt with no options now. Standing up to others without hope or depressed, And the masculine now fending off negative energies, dropping all burdens, and confessing his knowing about a third party, gossip and or overindulgences, including antisocial behavior. All right, so Sagittarius or Leo letting go to correct things, looking or going back to surprise new love for a second chance for the King of Cups or unconditional love after depressed and or destitute with romantic feelings. All right, so this was in the head and heart. Is the Strength card. So for me, this is not just Leo, but Sagittarius as well. So I'm getting then the King of Wands. The King of Wands comes up several times in different decks, okay? So the King of Wands with the Buttercup Yellow, so the fondness, the affection for the Mary Magdalene twin flame, finds the words to talk to his twin. He had kept as third party wounded warrior, and he had walked away from, in order to offer help to the Queen of Wands, who had been looking away, to find peace in the death of a rose and choose a new path with her dark ex. So maybe there was a third party situation with, it was just 3111, which is the conflict and expansion with justice. So the karmic may also have cheated, or may have had a flirtation, or maybe even a long-term flirtation with an old ex. And I always get someone younger than her coming up. So she may have had a flirtation, or she was always like leaving the relationship and coming back, like threatening the masculine with, I'm going to leave, or I'm going to go cheat with my ex, or just that kind of energy. So he was always like chasing her when the feminine, you know, was giving him love. He was giving love to her while she was playing games with him. Or it could be, it can energetically be vice versa too. I mean, he may have been, I'm sure he wasn't perfect, and I'm sure he played games with her as well. But they probably played these flirting games with each other to get back at each other, which is why the masculine may have flirted with the feminine in the first place. So she could have, the karmic could have been extending low vibe energies, using her high energy to compete. This is masculine as well. The masculine or the karmic could have been like displaying their low energy out while conserving their high vibe energies to compete with this jealousy competition, or for the masculine, compete and play sports. So they might have put a lot of energy into that as opposed to the relationship. The Queen of Wands found peace in church or with a Taurus child, or church or religious leader inspired her to fight for her marriage, even when she wanted to quit. So this is to the near future, or to fight for a child. So it could have been fighting for the marriage, not to allow the divorce because of religious reasons, or fighting for a child. Okay. So then in the near future is the Four of Flames. And I want to bring this up too before I forget, that in the oracle cards yesterday, it was very important coming up that the church has no right to keep a father from his child. Even if he has addiction issues, the child still deserves the love of their father, and the father still deserves the love of the child. They may not be okay to care for them, but they certainly should always be allowed to continue their relationship. So I was getting that here when I just said that the church may have been interfering with the karmic and trying to get the child away from the father, even if the father did nothing wrong, you know, just to get custody, and then not letting him have visitation, maybe even making up lies about him so that he couldn't get visitation of his child. Okay, so she may have been lying, or at least skewing the truth in her favor to manipulate. So that's definitely coming up here as well. So soon is that Four of Wands. There could be Virgo, Taurus union, and it doesn't have to be sun signs, okay? Whatever you're expressing a lot of, that can be it. But Virgo, Taurus union was coming up, or hermit marriage without light, or same-sex marriage that was looked down upon by the King of Pentacles, who was dependent on her. So this could be a masculine with a feminine who was actually gay but wouldn't come out with it because her church would have, you know, exiled her basically. So they may have been in a marriage, and he may or may not know that she was gay. And then this King of Pentacles was energy of looking down upon her, whether that be the Divine Masculine or a father in their life, whether it was her father or his. Or the King of Pentacles is being drained financially by his father, father-in-law, or an emperor living with him, and or, because there could be a King of Pentacles father, father-in-law, and an emperor, or just him as the King of Pentacles with a father or father-in-law living with him, or him the emperor, and vice versa. Or a hermit or Virgo without light, with a Taurus or a religious leader who's against gay marriage and rights, and a Capricorn being drained by them. So someone living in this impossible situation. The Emperor grounding and integrating loss of money by extended family living situations, and or kids, and or partner, and or a father. So masculine may be dealing with his relatives living with them, or her family living with them. Spending all his money like water, at home, and or in a marriage. Father and son issues may be coming up here, definitely presented here to clear, especially since the father and children was coming up yesterday. All earth signs represented here in the near future, with fire, sun, twin flame inspired to something else. So with the marriage issues here, definitely like a Page of Wands energy coming up, either as a child or as a masculine's inner child, definitely being inspired to something else but feeling trapped in this family situation. Also, there may be a child wanting to get married and for him to pay for the wedding, or feeling the need to give money to his ex to help out with a parent's death. So maybe she lost a parent and he wants to be nice and help her out while she's grieving. But she was the one who saved all her energy to fight to stay in the marriage, and or the end of the marriage, so costing him a lot of money there, resisting the transformation. So a lot of messy family issues coming up. Too many people giving input to the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine is putting an end to his grief. All right, so this is how he's seeing himself, okay? But I was definitely getting the more positive energies from the clarifications, okay? That he's ending the grief and regret. He's putting an end to this, taking a stand to make a bold move and free himself completely from any kind of juggling situation and just stay balanced, creating new patterns with lover. The cards from Romance Angels for the masculine came up, it is safe, free to love, very soon, and passion, okay? Yes, this is a magnetic attraction. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Eight of Orbs, or the Eight of Swords, which is definitely about fear, anxiety, hiding, being in a prison in your own mind, but it can be literal prison as well. Him or someone around him in anxiety, hiding at home or in a union, receiving messenger of truth, so allowing messages to come in, or it could just be someone comes with a formal message to the door to get over loss and regret, so it's a good message or news, and steal away from any sadness or loss around him. The Emperor surrounded by low energy, grieving, anxiety, and refusing to let go, resistant energies. Ready to just make a run for it and get out while he can, and then I was getting, catch me if you can. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the moon. The night, the false light. See all those emotions that are coming up? So it's all about the feminine energy, but in the false light sense, the high priestess not expressing her feelings, and that could be, the high priestess can be the feminine, but it can also be the karmic, because often that high priestess comes up as Viking and Italian energies. So it could be someone who practices magic, but may not be the feminine, okay? So the high priestess not expressing feelings, and the Queen of Cups, third party, may be causing others to spread gossip and or rumors, and the King of Wands reversed is coming up as tired and angry. So that could be him, or it doesn't have to be him, it could be a brother, father, friend around him, but he needs to transmute all these energies, assumptions about how feminines are. He needs to clear his false perception of female energy, the lower chakra expression of fighting and competition, gossip and religion were specifically coming up here. And of course, can be compounded by a King of Wands reversed brother or father who's constantly in his ear telling him, oh, you know, stupid idiot female, right? That kind of stuff. New news or message or a child comes with truth of the masculine having avoided the dance and that the judgment day is coming because it's Easter. Really important for the masculine that came up was time out and love partnership, avoiding a decision or finalizing a divorce, as news of the wounded warrior, unconditional love, comes in to assist the Queen of Wands, or karmic, come to terms with compassion required in now choosing her path away from them. Or a father and children bring clarity to her divorce situation or breakup, to find happiness on her own, to be satisfied on her own, just like the divine feminine and masculine had to learn how to find satisfaction by themselves. To be satisfied on her own, but also needing to be satisfied with whatever judgment comes down, whether it's a divorce, settlement, her own judgment, or God's judgment if they're religious. It's just 4101 for 41 is the Ace of Cups, so it's that new love, and the 1 is the Magician. Okay, so manifesting that new love. As we turn the page, it was 1141, and here's that page of orbs, or page of swords, coming through with a news message or a child coming through. And above that, the after the read card is the 9 of Cups, which is your get your wish card. Okay, having your dreams come true. So the news message or child brings 6 rays of light to out of control Leo or ego, now gaining clarity of the situation, that she has been arrogant possibly, and now seeing that the King of Cups also got clarity about the wounded warrior, third party. So this can come up as the Queen of Wands and the masculine coming up as the King of Cups, but it could also be one of their fathers or a brother or a friend who's in the situation, that whatever they didn't know because they were talking shit about the divine feminine, some information came through that now changed their perception of the situation. He sees through the King of Wands, meeting twin, and becoming the King of Swords. So I was getting like the masculine seeing his transformation, that he was seeing that through being the King of Wands and then meeting twin, right, flirting in the King of Wands energy, and becoming then the King of Swords with the third party, right, the evil man behind blue eyes, that she taught him that unconditional love of now the King of Cups, his own transformation, getting wish by being drained of all false ego. So he had to be knocked down in order to get quiet and still, to allow his messages to come in, draining him of false ego, the false light, to final satisfaction, or find satisfaction with announcements from the divine feminine or just the spiritual community, and be satisfied with court decisions. Most of all, his wake-up call to action. Impatient to end the battle and walk away, the Knight of Cups offers love to lover and twins come together. Kids now happy again. The King of Swords could be Justice or Libra of grief. So King of Swords with Justice of grief, so it could be divorce situation or just truth and balance coming out here to set things right again. There's loss, his loss, grief, loss, and regret, with anxiety and hiding and walking away and going within. To lover's destiny of union at night, with eye on the messages of light shining down upon him to get his wish. To be done with Leo and or ego or any draining energies and come together for bliss with lover twin. Okay, so coming up with these ending energies too, and the main cards in the read, of course, the lovers can be Gemini energy. So, and the moon can be Cancer energy. That strength card can be Leo or Sagittarius. So I was also getting that the King of Swords could be a Libra, dealing with grief, loss, and regret with anxiety, hiding or walking away, going within. I'm dealing with a Gemini, so it could be leaving a Gemini or going towards a Gemini. And it could be their destiny, or it could be one is a Gemini and the other's a Libra, so leaving one and going to the other. Destiny of union at night, or with a Cancer, and or Leo Sagittarius, with the messages of light shining down upon him to get his wish. To be done with Leo, ego, or draining energies and come together for that bliss with their twin lover. And I never get energy combinations like that. All right, the read ended on the 9 of Cups, and the 3 last clarification cards at the top are literally the King of Cups, offering his love to the Lover's card, with the twin children in the garden above, okay, which is amazing energy. It's a really, really positive read. And I'm going to do some oracle cards separately for you, but I will show you the cards. Please comment below if you'd like to, and if thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Please do subscribe and like if you like the content, and share with others so they get this information. Here's the read here. And we let it get to 45. It's 45:54 just now. This is the read, the basic read, and then all the cards. Oh, wait a minute. I think I did that one afterward. Okay, so this is the full read here. Okay. Oh, also these cards also dropped out in the shuffle, so if you wanted to see them. Okay. Can't think of anything else right now, but I will do the oracle cards in a separate installment. You guys just make sure to take care of yourselves, drink your water, and get your rest, and rise and be loved.